Hi, Facebook. It is Thursday afternoon, evening, and I've just been having a fantastic day. I've just been feeling like on top of the world, and like everything is going my way, and I'm just feeling super grateful today. But I don't feel like that every day. There are days when I feel like I'm doing something wrong, that I am not working hard enough, that I'm not where I should be, that I should do this, should do that, shouldn't have done this thing, should have done the other thing. Why aren't things working? Why am I not, this far along toward my goals? There are times when I just feel like nothing is happening. And let's see, what day is it today? So it must have been Wednesday, yesterday or Monday. I think it was yesterday. I was talking to one of my beautiful, beautiful friends, and she is so wise. She told me, she said, how did she put it? She said, just because you don't see it doesn't mean things aren't changing. And I thought that was brilliant. And it's so true, right? We don't know exactly what changes are happening when we put our intentions out into the world. We don't know what's being moved around or put in place for us when we do certain actions and change our thoughts. And we're just pretty much along for the ride. Now, the only thing that, I'm sorry, my phone's ringing and I can hear my kids running up the stairs and I just got distracted. They're coming down. Okay, it sounds like everything's okay. Now I completely forgot what I was talking about. But so we can get very, very discouraged, and some days we feel like we're doing everything right, and sometimes we feel like everything's going wrong. Hi, Christina. The only now I keep losing my train of thought here. The only thing that you can do, there's no way to control these, how things are being moved around and put into place for you in order to reach your goals. You need to be open to the ways in which they come, and you also need to just trust that it is happening, even if you don't see the changes. So, for instance, I think on one of these Facebook Lives, I shared that I got a message from my cousin after one of the videos, and she told me that she had been watching all of my videos and that she believes in my dreams so much and she just loves watching me, and I was blown away. I had no idea she was watching. None. I got a message from an ex-coworker like 2 days ago. Maybe it was yesterday. Woke up to a message from her in the morning saying like how she just thought that this life coaching gig was a great fit for me, and how everyone's trying to be their best self, and she likes the way I present my stuff. And I had no idea she was watching. Things are moving, things are changing for me, even though I don't see them. But when I am open to seeing them, then I kind of change my energy flow, and I put out this very like grateful, like happy, excited energy. So my coach is doing a 5-week course all on money mindset. And when she first told me about it, I knew I wanted to do it, and I knew I was going to find a way to pay for it. Now, with 2 kids, a husband, a household, sometimes you just can't purchase things whenever you want to. I knew that I had $100 sitting in my nightstand from Christmas that I had been saving for to hire an organizer to come help me organize one of my small rooms or my pantry. And I decided that I was going to use that for this course. And when I told my husband, I was like, well, I want to do this course and it's this much money and I have, $100 toward it already. He thought I was talking about money I had in the bank, gift money that I had gotten and I had just been saving, that I didn't remember I even had. So he texts me back and he goes, oh, no, you have this amount. And I said, are you talking about money in the bank? Because I'm talking about money I have here at home. And he said, no, I have money in the bank. And you would maybe not believe me, but it is the exact, so the two amounts of money add up to the very exact amount of money that I needed for this course. I was like, oh my God, blown away. Now, I could have just been like, oh, well, great, that was lucky. Or instead, I was like, oh my goodness. This was just delivered to me. I put out the intention that this is what I wanted, and the universe brought this, you know what I mean? Like, just totally has my back. Now I have this money here that I didn't even know that I wanted. And so it was just like handed to me. Here you go. When I said I wanted to do a webinar on relationships, the universe said, prove it. Here's an opportunity in order for you to grow. Yes, the law of attraction for sure. The trouble with the law of attraction is people think that they're always doing it right. Like, I've got it. I'm visualizing. I'm wanting it. I'm doing all the things. But are you truly, truly, truly believing it? There is a difference. And you'll get there if you're not there yet. Keep practicing because you will get there. And then when things aren't happening, you need to trust. When you don't see things happening, you need to trust that they are happening. That God or the universe or whatever you believe is shifting things around for you in just the right way in order for you to reach your goals. But it might not always look like you thought it would. So I have been thinking that I need some new clothes. Summer clothes for sure. I have like very little. I have sizes that are too big and sizes that are too small and nothing that fits me. Now, I've been thinking that I want new clothes, but I haven't been stressing about it, and I haven't been beating myself up about like finances and where the money is going to come from and all this kind of thing. I just kind of had this feeling that it was all going to work out. Like, yeah, it's going to be fine. The money's coming. I'll get there. I'll get it. Sorry, my throat is like so tickly. One sec. So yesterday, my mother-in-law shows up with a ton of clothes. It was practically new clothes that a coworker had been getting rid of. They didn't fit her anymore, or she was just cleaning out her closet. I'm not really sure. And my mother-in-law had gone through it and, kept some things. And she was like, here, I just want, there's some really nice things in here I think you would like. And anything you want, you can have. The rest is just being donated. There was like so many clothes. They were exactly the right size for me. Most of them were. And exactly what I was thinking that I needed for summer. My style. Most of the things were my style. The things that weren't my style, I would not normally even try on in the store, but ended up really liking. And I feel like I won the lottery. Like, I have a whole new wardrobe, and I didn't even have to leave the house, you guys. I didn't even have to leave the house. It was delivered right to my door, my front door. I had no idea it was happening, that it was coming. She just called and said, hey, I'm going to bring these clothes over. And I am just on cloud 9. I feel like $1 million. I have people reaching out to me, telling me that I'm inspiring them, that they love what I'm doing. I got the exact amount of money I wanted for this course that I was going to take, and I got a new wardrobe delivered to my door, free of charge, for nothing. But I was open to receiving these things in a way that was different than I had anticipated. I didn't anticipate using my gift money for the program, but I was so excited to know that I had enough to do that. Because that is what I want to use the money on. I didn't know that I wasn't going to get brand new clothes from the store, but I got what I needed, and it is practically brand new. Doesn't even look worn. I mean, I am just like blown away. My heart is so full. I am so excited. I am just like loving everybody and everything. And I just feel like on top of it. Oh, and I got coached by my master coach instructor today, Brooke Castillo, who it's like impossible almost to get coached by her. And I haven't been coached by her since last April. So that's amazing. She pushed me to schedule my webinar. So I have scheduled for August 10th. This is the absolute first announcement I'm making about it. I am excited for it. I know that whatever comes up, I can deal with. I know that I'm going to have doubts. I know that I'm going to feel like it's the wrong thing. I know people might not show up, and I'm just in a state where it's like, it's okay. I know, Brooke is awesome. So it's like, you just have to trust that it's happening even when you can't see it, because things are moving around for you. Every time you put that intention out, there are changes being made, even if you can't see it. I also had my call with my business coach today, Stacy Smith, and she said, if 5 people have reached out to you, there are twice as many, 5 times as many. You know, there's 10, 20, 50 people out there that you are reaching that are getting, you know, value out of your content, and they're just not telling you. And that is so true, because I see videos sometimes that I don't comment on and tell people like how much, you know, I enjoyed their work and things like that. But it's just, you know, sometimes you're just not in the mindset to see all of the things that are happening. So when you're looking for all of the ways that, you know, God or the universe has your back and is lifting you up and pushing you towards your goals, then if you're not seeing that, or if you're looking for it, you're going to find it. You're going to see all of those little ways. Like my mother-in-law, you know, she's taken my kids the last couple of days. They wanted to do something that she does for work. And it's like, okay, how strange. Like all of a sudden I just had some time this week to get some things done and to really focus on my goals. I didn't plan it out that way, but I mean, you know, things are just happening, and they're happening for me. They always are happening for me. But with you in that kind of mindset, you can really see how it's going. But if you're in a mindset where like everything is happening to you and nothing's going right and all of these things, that's what you're going to find. You're going to find all of the ways in which this is the wrong idea, this is not going to happen, that you should, you know, turn around and run away immediately. Did my day go as planned today? Not one bit. I went out to work on the pool. Every single thing that I did to work on the pool today was like a disaster. Complete disaster. Nothing went right. It didn't go the way it was planned. I thought my call, my certified coaches call with Brooke today was at 5:30. I got an email at 2 o'clock. It's at 3. I got to get my kids home. I got to get them settled. I was not prepared, but I made it happen. And it's okay that things didn't go the way that it was planned. It all went the way it was supposed to go. Now, I could have fought and resisted it all day and been upset and frustrated and down and grumpy. Or I could just roll with it and say, okay, the call's in an hour. I'm going to make it happen. And you know what? For one of the first times ever, I did not stress out about it. I just knew, you know what? It's going to be fine. They're going to get home on time. Before the call starts, I'm going to be able to get them settled. They're not going to be, you know what I mean? They're not going to be bothered if I'm on the call. They're not going to be bothering me, and it's gonna work out. And it did. It worked out exactly the way it was supposed to. I'm so glad the call was at 3:00, which now allows us time to have some family fun after dinner instead of me going from one call to the next, because I've got I thought I had 2 calls tonight, but now I've got one done already, 2 group calls. So one was already done. Now I've got one later, which gives me more time to spend with my family. So it just works out. We don't know how it's going to work out, but sometimes we're not open to receiving these things because it's not the way we expect them. For instance, we thought we had a hole in our pool liner this year, and when we said that, my mother-in-law offered to help pay for that, and immediately I rejected it. It didn't feel good to me. I made it mean that I wasn't able to take care of my own stuff if I let her pay for some of that, to pitch in or to pay for it or whatever. Now, she was trying to give us a gift. How ungrateful was I to completely reject it? That's not the reaction she was hoping to get. That's not the reaction she deserved for being so generous and kind and helpful. Now, it turned out we didn't have a hole in that liner, but after I was able to see, I have been putting out all these, money vibes, trying to attract money to me, this law of attraction. And here it was being handed to me, and I rejected it. I was not open to receiving it in that way, which tells me I have work to do in that area. So I have a lot of work to do with what I make it mean. If I, let somebody help us financially or give us a financial gift or whatever it is. See, it's just something that I'm not used to, and it makes me feel like I'm not good enough. I haven't taken care of it because I just have a lot of pride in always being able to pay for my own things and to manage my money well. And anyway, see, it's just another example of me not being open to receiving the gifts as they come. So if you feel like it's that you've been wanting something, you've been putting out the intention out there, you've been working towards it, but nothing's happening, please remember that things are happening. Look for the little ways in which you are being supported by God, by the universe, and be open to receiving things to help you along the way in any way they come. If you're not open to receiving them or you're resistant to any part of it, that is your red flag, that's the work you need to do in order to gain whatever it is you're trying to get. It's real, people. We can do this. It's not as hard as it seems, but it does take effort. We make it this big story that we can't make more money. We can't work from home. We can't run a 5K, that we can't do this, we can't do that. And we have a whole bunch of reasons and all this evidence that tells us that we can't do them. But there's also a whole bunch of evidence that tells you that you can if you look for it. So maybe you're just wrong. Maybe you can do those things. I never thought I was going to be able to blog, and I started a blog. I never thought I was going to be able to run a mile, and I trained for a 5K, and I, ran 3. I never thought I was going to be selfless enough to be a good mom, and the minute I laid eyes on my son, I think you guys all know how that story ends. I haven't been able to do stuff, you know what I mean, for me since. Well, I have been able to do stuff for me, but my kids are my world. So at some point in our lives, we decided to be afraid of trying new things and to thinking new thoughts. And we used to think it was so exciting to learn how to drive a car, learn how to ride a bike, to go on our first date, go to college for the first time, get married, have kids. These are things we all look forward to. But then somewhere along the way, we decide, oh, trying something new, and if we don't know how to do it already, is like just not an option. But you guys totally got this. Just because you're not seeing the results, and just because you're not seeing what changes are being made, does not mean that it's not happening. Trust, faith, belief. This is what you need. It's happening even if you don't see it. Let it happen. And be open to how it's happening and how it's going to shake out. Might not look the way you thought it was going to, and most likely it won't. But if you're open to receiving it, you will get where you want to be. I promise. Okay, you guys, I would love to stay on here a little bit longer, but it is one of the only hot summer days we've had so far here in Michigan, or Upper Michigan, and I am going to go outside and swim in the pool with my family. So I will be back tomorrow for day 37 of my 100-day Facebook Live challenge. Okay, so if you guys like anything that I'm talking about, please like and share. Or share. That's how I get in front of other people that are looking for my messages. Just today, I forgot to mention this earlier. Just today, my husband put on or finished up setting up my videos on YouTube. So now I have a YouTube channel. It's under Rebecca Ingebrigtsen. Right now, I don't know if we'll leave it like that or change it, but right now I think there's like 1 through 30, the videos. And it's a much easier way to see the topics and to pick, the ones you want to see, or go back and watch one maybe that you liked but didn't want to scroll through the whole news feed to find. So check that out if you are interested, and I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you like it, I would love for you to subscribe. Also, I am offering, I'm always tripping over this every single time. So I'm offering 100 free 60-minute phone calls with me to do a life strategy session, which is basically, you getting a taste of coaching. And I am doing that for just because I want to be giving back for all of the time you guys are spending with me and allowing me to be on your feed and all the support I've been getting, because it's been phenomenal. I'm doing 100 of those during my Facebook Live challenge. I'm going to stop them either when I reach 100 life strategy sessions, or once I reach 100 videos, whichever comes first. And this is probably going to be the last time I'm offering them for free. I actually have been encouraged not to give them away for free, but I just felt like I really, really wanted to give back. And right now, that's really the only way that I know how I could give back and be the most, give you the most benefit. So I'd love for you to be one of them. Go ahead and reach out to me if you want to do that, or if you have any other questions. No problem's too big. You are not broken. I can deal with whatever you throw at me. I promise I have the secret, and I can teach it to you. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow, and have an amazing day. All right, bye-bye.